by the sea. I think it was called Kloppenborg, and it had been moved to a beautiful house. And in the house, in this white house by the sea, the bedrooms had been made into editing rooms, and it was filled with young people working on films in the garage. There was a sound mixing. The first time I saw that,
There's a series of collections, stereopticons, zoetropes, shadow puppets. Here's some magic lanterns here. Talks about how a magic lantern works. The Henning Carlson collection. And as I came up the stairs, I started a live stream on YouTube, but this got cut off, so here's the beautiful stairway here. I came up, I'll get a shot on the way out. Here's the stained glass for Niebaum-Coppola. Very nice. Nice woodwork on the stairway, carpet. And there's all kinds of various memorabilia up here. Here's the zoetrope that he named his Zoetrope Studios after, for Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and all kinds of stuff. So here's the thing where it talks about stereopticons. I think it's actually a brand name. And then magic lanterns, an old form of projector. And here's some magic lanterns here. Various sizes and colors. You see the little film strip style thing that we had, similar to what we had in elementary school, little film strips running through a projector. And then you can see these are all, there's a light going behind these are glass slides being pushed through the magic lantern. Pretty cool stuff. They kind of make fun of this in Woody Allen's movie Midsummer Night's Sex Comedy, where the magic lantern starts projecting spirits and stuff. There's a library where you can get all your stored slides in a travel form with your magic lantern. There's a huge magic lantern there. All these different sizes. Here's one illuminated with a light box so you can see what would be projected. Little cases for it and stuff. Nice couch here is Francis talking about his past. There's the nice shot again of the stained glass and his beautiful wood banisters. And the carpet going up to the museum. And you can see the stonework on the wall, because this again was built in 1880 something, I believe, is what they told me. And then they have this multi-use room here with wine casks and seating. Really nice place. Cool place to chill out, especially today. It's Thanksgiving weekend, so it's pretty dead here. There's a bar over there in the distance. Old light fixtures in an upstairs gallery where you can look down on things. Leather chairs. Here's a small cask. Old sliding doors. And back into the museum here. There's a Tucker car used in the movie Tucker. I forgot how few there were in the world, but there weren't many. And I remember it had it was famous for having the front headlight. I think that the one in the center actually pivots, or maybe that's a different model. Well, that was one of the fun things about the Tucker is one of the headlights would actually turn with your wheel. Oh, he's talking about the museum here. So they moved all the Godfather. There's the Tucker. So a lot of this moved to a museum down in Sonoma. Yeah, there he's talking about there. It's in Geyserville, apparently. So a lot of the stuff used to be in this building, and they moved it to Geyserville, which is past Calistoga. So it's probably about 30 minutes drive from here, maybe more. So I won't be seeing that today. There's some costumes. Here's some more magic lanterns. There's pretty fancy ones here. All different kinds. This one has a disc instead of a strip for the images. Pretty cool. A lot of whimsical drawings and stuff on there. And a nice field camera there with the bellows. An old desk here. Telescope. Here's an old anchor from a ship. Proper old school looking anchor. And here's the back of the Tucker. There's his Tucker down there. 3 exhaust pipes, that's interesting. There's an old captain's wheel from a ship. Huge magic lantern here. This is beautiful. Look at this thing. Old storage thing for optics and stuff. Pretty wild. Lots of brass. Some more images will be sent out on the magic lantern. There's a whole scene here. You just slowly scroll over and you get a whole scene evolving. Film strip. It's more into the film strip stuff, similar to what we had in elementary school, but much more primitive. Here's one that's more like shadow cutouts. There's a little spindle on the front of that one. And some more images, color images. There's an actual projector. I like the little heat exhaust there, a little pipe goes out there. Some more images all lined up there. And they all just call it mutoscope. This is a common thing in a lot of carnivals and fairs and stuff where you would pay to turn the crank and flip images inside. I wonder if this even comes through the camera. Let's try it. Is it still working? Yeah, still working. Kind of. It's offset a little bit, but. Flip and turn stuff in there. It's kind of fun. And here you go, Magic Lantern Museum, all kinds of different magic lanterns. Here's another one with the artwork showing clearly on a little light box. Pretty cool stuff. You don't see many of these around, and this is a hell of a collection. There's a nice beauty shot of the Tucker. I'll do a little pass on it here. White wall tires. Very sleek. 4-door. This one has the door on the back opening the other way, whereas now they both open the same direction. This one opens opposite directions. And you can see the wheel inside there. Dashboard a little bit. Back seat is lower than the front seat. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. All right, so I'm going to, I think there's some more stuff next door here real quick. I'm gonna walk through this and then head downstairs. And I'm gonna have to upload this later since the stream got cut off. There's a nice shot of the thick walls of this place. It's crazy. Stairway to some private section there. There's some all logos for Niebaum-Coppola. It's like another tasting room back here with some huge barrels. Some artwork of the house, and then here's the processing area for the grapes. There's a shot of the rose being harvested. And a nice old school vanity right by the restrooms, so you can make yourself look nice in a 20s style or so. And then we have, let's go back downstairs. Well, here's the guy who collected the, this is the guy's collection of magic lanterns.
And then it was time to go to bed. I went to bed. The next day I went up. I stood up and went to school. And when I came home from school, people who sold the house had been there and picked up their cabinet. But this was still in my room. So actually the first magic lantern I ever had, I sold it.
Okay. Some more artwork here. I think I already went over this the first time. Wow, look at that door mechanism. That's crazy. Old school, old piping through the place. That's the guy we just saw in the video. But yeah, that door mechanism is crazy. Look at that thing. Very old school. Back down to the carpet. And the Niebaum-Coppola stained glass. And back down the carpet here. Oops. There's the collection again at the front, which got cut off when my stream got messed up. There's an actual zoetrope. Inside of one, with the optics, and the little pictures inside, spin around through the slits. And this one has the light going through it, so you can see there's little drawings inside there. And some old cameras, stereopticons. And this is called a stereoscope. And then this is some of the zoetrope imagery. Strips you would put inside the zoetrope, spread out nicely so you can see them. I used to use an animation program called Director by Macromedia that got bought by Adobe. And they used a similar way of making animation with, you know, you're essentially doing a linear thing, but it's sandwiched on top of it. But you can easily import a strip. I took a strip of an old My Bridge thing, the old horse, the famous horse video, and was able to chop it up and make a little animation out of it. So you can do the same thing if you take screenshots of this stuff. You could make a little animation out of it. Let's take another longer shot so it looks better. Get a better view of what it is. And some of these are just stereopticon images. And there's a history about Zoetrope, an American Zoetrope, which is this company based on the name Zoetrope. He still has a building in San Francisco. The studio was, where they shot a lot of stuff. Also has a restaurant and a wine tasting thing at the bottom. Here's a Zoetrope again. More information on it. It's from 1835. Look at that thing. That's crazy. This is a very old one here. And then real quickly in the front, you can see there's the Inglenook name. And a little history about Inglenook. That was the original name for the place, and then it had several other different names. And when Coppola purchased it, it was called Niebaum-Coppola Winery, and became a couple other different names, and then it eventually got switched back to Inglenook. And Coppola still, as you saw upstairs, he still has a lot of his memorabilia and stuff up there, along with a collection of magic lanterns. His Godfather desk and movie props from other movies like Dracula are in the museum down the road in Geyserville near Sonoma. So just a quick pass through all this artwork. You guys can freeze this and read it later if you want. And then one more shot of the beautiful stairway with stained glass. Zoom in a little bit and see that better. There's the Niebaum-Coppola stained glass. And there's a really cool gift shop in there that has like a lot of vintage stuff in there. Even movie props he's using for his new movie apparently. So that's kind of cool. There's a, I think this is Niebaum's original little dining room basically. Really cool old world European flair here. It's pretty cool. Old chairs. Just wood everywhere. Wood. There's a, I don't know if it's Dutch or German saying on the lantern there. Old clock up there. Scenic ceiling. So very cool. So Captain Niebaum's sample room. There you go. Nice. I'm going to do a quick shot outside, and I'll end it because I got to go do some other stuff. So there's a little walkway so you don't get dirty. There's a little fountain over here, and the trellises that you can walk underneath. Vintage bathroom down there. Beautiful leaf work on the changing color here on the building. Coppola lives behind this property. He owns the whole thing, but he has private property behind it, so you can't go back there, obviously. So old oak trees here. There's a little cafe. You can have wine tasting and snacks. And then there's a cool stained glass thing over here. Some stained glass artwork and stuff throughout the whole thing. I took a bunch of pictures and other video I can probably upload later. It's got some modern stained glass work in the doorways, which is pretty cool. All slightly different patterns. And then back there is private property that goes to a little road to his home. So public is not allowed. So I'll head back this way and you can see the front. There's a cool kind of a topiary. It's instead of an animal shape, it's the letters Inglenook formed out of shrubbery. And you don't have to say "nie" for your shrubbery. Beautiful oak tree. Let's go back down the walkway here. People having their snacks and wine. There's an old-timey tray there. There's another building at the front. It was the house of somebody's. It says in the front of it. Some cool kind of retro benches here along this trellis. It's kind of fancy designs on the side there. Tables look kind of interesting there. We got some Italian cypress trees here lined up. And here's a nice shot of the trellis with grapes growing on it and around it, and they wrapped them nicely around the columns, so it has a nice twisty feel like snakes going around it. Nice view down the rows of the grapes. And this old house here in the front looks nice. Before the sun was hitting it and it was making a awkward angle because the sun set back there behind the house. This is the child's house. One of the oldest in Napa Valley, built here in 1856. Colonel J.B. Childs, member of the 1846 California Bear Flag Revolt. That's pretty historic. Nice old lamps in the front. Cool building with a classic wraparound porch of old-fashioned houses where you have your natural air conditioning hanging outside with the breeze. Very nice. And they have some other structures here for pictures and artwork hanging here. And some more vineyard way back there. So the whole property is surrounded by vineyard. And I get a quick shot of the topiary up the front, spelling the name of the place. Of course, there's fall color everywhere here. I've got sycamore or plantain trees here, or sorry, plane trees. I'm not sure if these are London plane trees or the native sycamore. I have to investigate closer, but they're very similar. And then here's your topiary, Inglenook, spelled out very nicely. Inglenook. There you go. Oh, the hair looks like Inglenox. They need to trim that a little bit better. Anyway, so it's Inglenook. That's the property. Beautiful day here in Napa Valley. This is actually St. Helena proper. There's a nice big raven flying by. And there's a beautiful tree view as you come in. Nice row of trees. It's getting darker now, so it's hard to expose it correctly, but nice color changes on the leaves as usual. And right next to it are some more grapes. So thanks everybody, and I'll catch you later.